Hey everybody, welcome to Friday Pilates. Today's class is going to be without music, so if you want some music, go ahead and put your own on at your house. And then come meet me on your mat, lying on your back. I like to start this class with all of the breath and the pelvic floor and the abdominals. Lying on your back, knees are bent, feet on the mat. Bring the hands along the sides of the body. And we'll start with our Pilates breath. We're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breath in, breath out. As you breathe, try to make this breath even and balanced. So inhaling to a count of 3 or 4 and exhaling to a count of 3 or 4. From this breath, go ahead and wrap your fingertips all the way around the front of the rib cage. Thumbs are going to wrap around the back side. Now, as you inhale, expand into the side bodies. And on your exhale, go ahead and contract. Inhale, expanding, pressing into the hands. Exhale, contracting. Breath in. And breath out. Let's do one more with the hands on the ribs. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to keep your hands here or bring them back along the sides. Keeping that breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, consciously breathing into the side bodies. Bring your attention and awareness into your abdominals. Without moving anything in your external body, on your inhale or your exhale, you choose what works best. Draw your navel into your spine. Hold that contraction. Make sure you're still breathing, holding that for 3, releasing in 2, and 1. Go ahead, let that go. Soften the belly. We'll do that 2 more times. Play around with the inhale or exhale. Draw the navel into the spine. Remember, you're in your natural curvature, so nothing happened in your low back, your hips, your pelvis all stays stationary. Hold that for 3, release in 2, 1. Go ahead, soften the belly. Let's do that once more. Inhale or exhale, navel pulls in. Engage, hold for 3, 2, and 1. From the abdominals, we're going to move down to the pelvic floor. On your inhale or your exhale, pull up on your pelvic floor. That should feel like a Kegel exercise or the same muscles that you would use if you're going to the bathroom and you're going to stop your flow of urine. Same muscles. Hold that. See if you can isolate just pelvic floor and not abdominals. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and soften. And the softening is just as important as the contraction, so really let that go. Let's do it again. Inhale or exhale, pull up pelvic floor. Engage, breathe into the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and soften. Let's do that once more. Inhale or exhale, engage pelvic floor, pulling up from the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and soften. Now we're going to add an imprinted pelvis. So where we are now is neutral pelvis, and this is different for every person. You might have a little gap underneath your low back, you might not. For our imprinted pelvis, press your low back into the mat so it's flush, or you're striving for flush. If you have a bigger lordosis in your back, you might not make contact, or if you have scoliosis, so you're striving for your low back to press into the mat, and then draw your navel into your spine and pull up on your pelvic floor. Hold that, breathe for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and soften. Come back to neutral pelvis. So bring the natural curvature into your spine. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale or exhale. Press your low back into the mat. Navel in. Pelvic floor pulls up. Now I'm saying inhale or exhale because I want you to decide what works better for you. 3, 2, 1. Soften, neutral pelvis. Let the belly and the pelvic floor go. 1 more time. Inhale or exhale. Imprinted pelvis. Press the low back into the mat. Navel in, pelvic floor up. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. Sometimes that happens when we engage all these muscles from the bottom. So make space. Drop the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, soften, come back to that neutral pelvis. Let's take our arms overhead. We're going to work into the Pilates 100 to get nice and warm. Remember, we have 3 or more options. First option is have your feet on the floor. Second option, tabletop. Third option, legs straight up. Or for more challenge, you're starting to drop down. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll head, neck, and shoulders up, and then you're paddling the water. Paddle, 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 paddle. Try to have your shins parallel with the mat if you're in tabletop. If your legs are straight, squeeze your thighs, point your toes. Maybe the shoulder blades roll off a little bit more. Feel free to always use a pillow here under the head, neck, and shoulders. Breath in, breath out. You can also add breath of fire here, strong pumping of the navel to get yourself even warmer. Keep going. So our Pilates 100 is designed to get everything, blood going to the fingers and toes, core super fired up and warm. Now, if you're in tabletop, you're probably in an imprinted pelvis. That means press your low back into the mat, draw your navel in, pull up on the pelvic floor. Still thinking about all of those little pieces. Keep going, about halfway there. Breath in, breath out. Last 30. See if there's more. Do you want more challenge or do you need to modify? Maybe bring the feet to the mat. Keep going. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in and bring the feet to the mat. Bring the feet as wide as your mat, arms out to the side. Take a breath in. Exhale, drift the knees over to the right. Just a little stretch here, that hip flexor area. Hold for a breath or 2. Breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to drift and float those knees over to the opposite side. Noticing left versus right, no judgment. Only observation and awareness of your own body. Breath in, breath out. Last breath in. And exhale, bring the knees back to center. We're going to send the legs long. We're going to work into a full roll-up already. Take the arms overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, rolling up. Sit up nice and tall. Stack shoulders and hips. Exhale to go forward, stretch. Feel the backs of your legs open. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, rolling down. And you're trying to roll down, putting a C curve in your low spine. Breath in. Exhale, rolling up. Always have the option to use momentum here as needed. You can also bend your knees and use your hands to kind of walk up the backs of your thighs. So lots of choice in our practice. If you're wanting more intensity, really slow down the descent and the ascent, or the climbing of the mountain and the coming down of the mountain. Breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. On our next one, we're going to add an alternate knee pull. Breath in. Exhale, roll up, hug the right knee into the chest. You're going to come maybe about halfway and then slowly roll back down. Let's do that left side. Breath in. Exhale, roll halfway, hug the knee in, try to get that shin parallel to the floor, and then roll back down. So you're alternating right to left. Breath in. Exhaling up. Articulating your spine, getting every part of your back as much as possible to make contact with the floor. Breath in, breath out. Remember, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Consciously breathing into the side bodies if possible. Think about your pelvic floor, abdominals, Let's do 4 more. Breath in. Last 4 right here. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, roll down, arms overhead. Big breath in, exhale, bring the hands back to the sides of the bodies, bend the knees, bring the feet back to the mat. Go ahead, grab a block or ball if you have it for some bridge work. Bring it in between your thighs, and your block can go either the narrow way or the wide way or the really wide way, depending on your own body and the structure of your hips. So find what works so that you still have a really nice alignment between hips, knees, and ankles. Now, if a block doesn't work for you, don't feel like you have to have it. It doesn't work for everybody, so go ahead and set it aside if you are one of those people. On your inhale, press your low back down, imprinted pelvis. Exhale, rolling up with control, vertebrae by vertebrae. At the very top of your bridge, tuck the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Stay here and breathe. Squeeze your block, and now soften your glutes. So in a bridge, sometimes there's too much engagement of your glutes. A little engagement's good. We don't want to squeeze them so hard. So squeeze your block, feel the inner thighs, outer hips, and then let go of your glute muscles. That's your butt cheeks. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the shoulders, rolling down with control, 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 all the way down, tailbone. Last thing to hit the mat. Let's do that 2 more times. Adjust your block or anything that you need to. Inhale, press the low back down. Exhale, rolling up with control. Tuck the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Give that block a good squeeze. Really press into your big toes, keeping the heels on the mat. Let go of the glute muscles. Soften them just a little bit. Focal point stays up to the ceiling because there's some pressure at the base of the neck, so no looking side to side. Hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Pull up on navel, pelvic floor. Last 3, 2, 1. Untuck shoulders, roll down with control. 1 more. Inhale, press the low back down. Exhale, tailbone curls off. Low back, middle back, upper back off the mat. Tuck the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Squeeze your block. Soften the glutes. Breath in. Breath out. Really expand your rib cage. Hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow roll down, untucking the shoulders. Go ahead, set that block aside. After bridge work, I like to do single leg work to just open the hamstrings and the glute back up. So take your right leg up, grab for the calf or the hamstring. Left leg goes long, head, neck, and shoulders optional to roll up. A little tug in, feel the stretch, and then switch. And switch. Legs are strong and engaged, squeezing thighs, pointing toes. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and out. Think about all the little pieces, breathing into the side bodies, navel, pelvic floor. A little bit more. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. Grab the shins or the hamstrings. We're going to rock and roll. Rock and roll. Take a few rocks and rolls. Massage out the length of your spine. And when you've had enough, come into a seated position with the legs long. So legs are long here. Bring the feet as wide as your mat. Arms are going to come out to the sides. Palms are facing down. Now the trick with this move is to stay really tall, shoulders over hips. You'll notice a tendency to kind of round your low back. So you want to sit up nice and tall. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring the right hand to the outside of the foot and reach. Inhale, come back to center, sit up tall. Exhale, reach, opposite side. Breath in. Exhale, twist. Breath in. Exhale, twist. So in Pilates, most movements, not all, but most, really try to work the core and then also provide some type of stretch or opening. So with this, we're working the core, we're working the hip flexor area when we have to sit up nice and tall, and then we're feeling the backs of the legs open as we reach. Also, when you reach, you can think about C-curving your low spine. So that means you really pull your navel in every time you reach. Breath in, breath out. A little bit more here. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms back to a T. Hold the legs right here. Take the hands, sweep them up. So that means thumbs are facing behind you. Shoulders are soft and dropping down the back. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward, trying to keep your back really flat. So notice if you're rounding, offer your chest, offer your heart center to the wall ahead of you. Hold that, lift your tailbone. And now take your thumbs and reach them up and drop, up and down. This is not a big movement by any means, but we're really targeting the tops of the shoulders. Squeeze thighs, flex feet. Try to maintain that flat back much as you can. Breath in, breath out. Keep going. Last 8 right here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, set your hands down, cross the ankles. We'll stretch just a little bit. Drop the left ear to left shoulder. Take the right hand, reach for the mat. Now, if easy seated does not work for you, you can always be on the knees for this stretch. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Last breath in. Exhale, roll the chin down to the chest. Let's stretch in the back of the neck. Option for more by placing the hands on the back of the head, a little bit of pressure. And breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift your head slowly. Exhale, drop the right ear to right shoulder. Now take your left hand and reach for the mat. Reaching for the mat. Breath in. Exhale, drop the chin down. Stretch. Option to bring the hands to the back of the head. Last breath in. On your exhale, you're going to roll forward. Come onto your hands and your knees. Onto the hands and knees. A little balance work. Extend the right leg straight back, squeezing thigh, flexing foot, and turn the hip down. You'll notice like you'll want to open your hip because that feels easier. Turn the hip down so the hips are level. Draw the navel in, push the floor away. Hold it right here, and then extend the left arm. Or just hold the right leg, your choice. Breathing, keep engaging. Really press, 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 press. Zip the rib cage back together. So those front ribs come back in a little bit closer. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, round your back, tuck your chin, bring your right knee to the forehead or as close as it's going to get. One more breath in. And exhale to release, sitting up opposite side. Extending the left leg straight back, squeeze thigh, flex foot, balance the hip. So turn that left hip down. Check out your right hip. You want it stacked over the knee. And then extend the right hand. Breath in, breath out. Really strong core here. Rib cage comes back together. Trying to press into the tops of the palms and out through your knuckles, or make a fist. Hold, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the left knee to the forehead. Breath in, breath out. And go ahead and release. So for our next move, come into a plank or a modified plank. So either plank on the feet or plank on the knees, your choice. We're going to move into something called the Panther. In the Panther, if you're in a full plank, you're going to sink your hips back towards your heels. If you're in a modified plank, you're going to kind of do the same thing, but you're going to be on the knees. So knees are dropped. Either one. Hold it here. On your inhale, press into your feet and kind of shoot yourself out back to your plank. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, press out into your plank. Move with your own breath and body. This is the Panther move. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, consciously pressing into the tops of the palms. Option here to also be on forearms. So if it doesn't work for you to be on your hands. If you're on forearms, then it's a little bit more like dolphin from yoga. Few more. Last 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold your plank. Hold your plank. Push the floor away. Zip up the rib cage. Option always to drop to the knees. Stay here. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And out. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Child's pose in 2, 1. Child's pose, or in Pilates, child's pose is called Piece of Heaven. So Piece of Heaven pose, with the knees either wide or narrow. Let the chest and the belly sink down towards the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Breath in and breath out. Breath in. On your exhale, shift forward, come into a table, and then you're going to be on your knees. So on your knees, walk the hands in, come all the way up. So on your knees here, if you need extra cushion, go ahead and grab it. You're going to bring your hands to your low back. Most important part of this move is to have the core engagement. So pull your tummy in and lengthen your tailbone down towards the earth. Maintain that engagement the entire time. Hands on the back. Toes can be tucked under or flat. I prefer toes tucked myself. On your inhale, you're going to actually release your hands and float back. So you're floating back. Now, if your toes being tucked under prevents you from going as far back as you'd like, you can go flat foot. So you're finding the place where your core is strong, it's engaged. Pull it in, tailbone lengthens down. So lengthen, pull in. You should feel this big stretch in the front of your quads. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Bring the hands back along the sides of the body. Zip up that core again, lengthen tailbone towards the floor. Inhale, float yourself back. So you're floating back, soften the shoulders. Let them melt away from your face. Pull up on your pelvic floor. Hold it a little bit more. Last breath in. Exhale, release. Come back. Let's do that once more. Inhale, float back. Remember, you're finding your personal edge here where you feel your core fired. You should still be able to draw the abdominals in, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the tailbone towards the floor. It's a really important part of this. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. Last breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release. Come down all the way onto the mat. Sweep the feet around to the front. Sit up nice and tall. So we open those hip flexors with that last move in the front of the quads. We're going to strengthen them a little bit more, work them. Sit up nice and tall. Hands either at the sides or behind the hamstrings, either one. Breath in. Exhale, roll about halfway back, halfway back. Hold it right here. Soften the shoulders. And you're going far enough back that you feel yourself engage and work. If you're needing less today, you're just going to sit up a little taller. If you want more, you're going to sink down closer to the floor. Stay right here. Breath in, breath out. Now we're going to move with this inhale. Sit up tall, sweep the arms up, stack shoulders and hips. Exhale, roll down. Do it again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift. Move with your own breath and body. Exhale, roll. Breath in, lift. Exhale, roll down. Keep going a little bit more. Lift, sit up tall, stack. Exhale, rolling off. C curve. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. That's our last 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, last 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, last one. Hold it here. Hold it right here. Little pulse movement. Pulse, 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 pulse. Doesn't have to be big. Just enough to feel yourself working. Keep going. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in. Exhale, roll down with control. All the way down. Big body stretch. Take the arms overhead, legs long. Pointer flex the feet. Pop the belly up towards the ceiling or the sky. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Last breath in. And exhale, hug the knees back to the chest. And then plant your feet on the floor. Before we go into teasers, we're going to do just a little bit of single leg bridge work to open this area back up. So opening up the quads, hip flexor area, because we just worked it really hard. So in this bridge, no block because we're going to do single leg work. We're going to roll up into a bridge, keep the right foot down, kick the left leg up. You always have the option to just lift the left foot a little bit off the mat or go straight up and squeeze the thigh, point the toe. Set yourself up, hands along the sides, make space between shoulders and face. Inhale, press the low back down. Exhale, roll up with control. Tuck the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Weight load the right leg. Kick the left leg straight up. Squeeze your thigh, point your toe. Really press into that bottom foot. Lift your hips. Hold them there. Hold that lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the left foot down, but hold the bridge. Lift the bridge up. Big breath in, big breath in. Exhale, rolling down, untuck the shoulders. We'll do that now on the opposite side. Once more, inhale, press the low back down. Exhale, rolling up with control. Tuck the shoulders and the shoulder blades. This time, weight load the left leg, kick the right foot up, either a little bit or a lot. If it's up there, squeeze your thigh, point your toe. Hold it here. Really engage. Breath in, breath out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the right foot down, hold the bridge. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, rolling down. Untuck the shoulders with control. Hug the knees into the chest. Breath in. Exhale, release the feet to the mat. We'll move into some deconstructed teaser work. We're going to start with our feet on the floor. Arms overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll up, sit up nice and tall. Stack the hips and the shoulders. You can always move these feet a little bit further away from the body if that makes it more accessible. On your exhale, roll down. Let's do 5 of those. Breath in. Exhale, roll up. Sit up tall. You can even take the arms lifted if you want a little bit more from the shoulders. On your exhale, roll down. Breath in. Exhale up. Breath in. Exhale, roll down. With control. Let's do 2 more. Breath in. Exhale it up. Breath in. Exhale, rolling down. 1 more. Breath in. Exhale it up. Stack shoulders and hips. Breath in. Exhale, roll down. We're going to move into single leg teaser work. So bring the feet in a little bit closer. Keep the left knee bent. Extend the right leg. Squeeze thigh, point toe, or option to have a bend in the knee. Knee can be at 90-degree angle. Breath in. Exhale, rolling up, either grabbing the leg or just rolling up without grabbing the leg. So that's 2 choices. And then you're going to roll back down. Breath in. Exhale it up with the leg or not. Sit up tall and then roll down. Let's try 4 more. Breath in. Exhale it up. I kind of like to grab the leg to help me sit up really tall and offer my chest, my heart center to the wall ahead of me. Rolling down with control. Exhale it up. 2 more. Breath in. Exhale up. Roll down. 1 more. Breath in. Exhale up. And roll down. Go ahead, bend the right knee. Plant that foot on the floor and then switch sides. Extend the left leg either straight out at a 45 or bend the knee at 90. Arms overhead. Breath in. Exhale, roll up. Use the leg or not. Try to sit up tall and then slowly roll down. Breath in. Exhale it up. Slow roll down. 5 more on this side. Breath in. Exhale it up. Slow roll down. Feel free to move with your own breath and body here. You can always go faster or slower. Pretty much with any Pilates move, if you're looking for more challenge, just slow it down. Slow it down. I think that was our last one. That was your last one. Go ahead and rest. If you have any more to take, go ahead. For our last move, we're going to go into teaser number 4, which looks like a V up. So that means everything is long. Legs are long, arms are long. Breath in. Exhale. Everything comes up at the same time. Option to be at tabletop or straighten the legs. And then everything comes down same time. Trying to get the heels and the hands to touch the floor equally. Breath in. Exhale it up. Breath in. Exhale, roll it down. Move with your own breath and body. Adjust as needed. Try to lift that heart center. Take the shoulder blades together and down towards the tailbone. Let's maybe try 3 more. If you want more, take more. Breath in. Last 2. Zipping up those thighs. They would kind of want to drift away from each other. Try to anchor them back into the midline of your body. Last one for me, or if you want more, go ahead, take more. Oh, big breath in and breath out. Go ahead, bend your knees, bring your feet back to the mat, and bring them as wide as the mat. Arms out, and then drift the knees over to the right. Let's stretch in the hip flexor area. Pilates always typically works this area pretty hard. So a little stretch here. And breath in. And breath out. Last breath in. And exhale, float the knees over to the left side of the mat. Feel the stretch, notice right versus left. Last breath in. Exhale, bring the knees back to center and hug them towards the chest. Hands on shins or hamstrings. We'll rock and roll into easy seated. So rock and roll, massage out the length of your spine as much as you want. And then come into easy seated. And that is our Friday Pilates. Go ahead and hit stop.